Hi, I'm ILikePizza, and this is my review for The Suicide Squad. This might be a part one in a two-part video thing, because my recording software is free and only does 7 minutes, so I might need to do it in two. So let's get started, just so I can, because I have a lot to talk about for this movie. So I loved this movie, like a lot. I really loved this movie. Probably, it's like one of my favorite movies of this year. Definitely my favorite DC movie. I like it more than The Dark Knight, honestly. I like The Dark Knight. It's a great movie, but I really like this way more than that. But yeah, let's get started. The acting is great. Even though there is a ton of actors, but like kinda a ton of actors. There's a lot because it's like obviously a team, but like the people that are on the team that spoilers. I'll put spoilers in this title, but the team that all dies. I don't remember the name of the team. Like, yeah, but the acting is great from pretty much every single one, especially Margot Robbie. She was probably also like one of the highlights of the first movie. And I haven't seen Birds of Prey, but yeah. You know? Yeah. So another great thing is the the action. I stopped myself before I was going to say the right thing. But yeah, the action is another great thing in this movie. A lot of the sequences are really fun, and I really just like them. Like this choreography is great in them. Like some, I'm just gonna read off the ones I put on my letterbox review. I'll put that in the description. But like the first beach where the whole first team dies, besides Harley and Rick Flag, and the fight between Peacemaker and Bloodsport. I also loved the final battle. And then another one that's great is when they're like walking up to, I don't remember her name, but the one that like helped Rick Flag. It's like Soul Soria or something. Wait, I'm gonna look. But yeah, another one that I forgot to put on my, yeah, it's Soul Soria. But another one that I really liked, I forgot to say, is the one, what is it called? It's like, I don't remember. Sorry, I have a bad memory because I watched this a few days ago, and not just like today or yesterday. But what's it called? Wait a sec. Sorry. I'm keep forgetting. Peacemaker versus Rick Flag. That one was a great fight and also sad, but I'll talk about that later. Also, speaking of like before the Peacemaker versus Bloodsport fight, it was wonderfully shot. I'll talk about the cinematography later, but and the whole bullet callback was great, and also like the CG for those bullets are pretty good. But I'll talk about the CGI later. Yeah. Another great thing is the story. I like kind of the idea of two teams, even though like one team everyone dies. But I really like how they have to like just go through the island to get to Jotunheim and Project Starro, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, I really like that. And also, I really like to see the Justice League's first villain, Starro. in a movie. Like, when you think of main Justice League villains, you don't think of Starro, but, like, you don't think of, like, random gangster number 5 in the original Batman comic. I mean, that came out in the 40s, or late 30s, sorry. But yeah, another thing I loved was the characters. You got very invested in all of them, except for the first team, because, you know, they get murked early on. So it's kind of sad to see them die, mainly Polka Dot Man. But I'll also talk about that a little more later. Also, Harley Quinn is great in this movie. Like I said, Margot Robbie does great in this movie, you know. And again, my favorite, or not again, but this is, I'm just going to state this for the record. My favorite character in this movie, and probably the whole DCEU, is King Shark. He's so cute. I'm going to give him a big huggy. But yeah. This is where I'm going to close off the first video. I don't have much time left. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, see you in the next video. Hi, I'm ILikePizza, and welcome back to my review for The Suicide Squad. I keep emphasizing the because that's the only difference in the name. So let's get right into it. Watch part 1 first, if there is a part 1. I might be combining the 2 videos. Just stay tight. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is the cinematography. I talked kind of about this in part 1 a little, that the cinematography is great. There's a ton of shots that I loved, like, I'm just reading off my letterbox review, which will be in the description of this video. But the Peacemaker Bloodsport duel that I talked about earlier, the Peacemaker Rick Flag fight in the helmet, which that shot was so nice, I loved it. Then King Shark tearing a guy in half in the rain, that shot was so sick, and the lightning. And then Ratcatcher 2, calling all the rats at the end to fight Starro. Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is the comedy. I loved it. So many jokes had the type of humor that, my type of humor, and that's why I loved it. It feels very similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, except rated R, obviously. So there's definitely more jokes that they could pull off, which definitely were a little funnier than me, than the Guardians movie. Yeah. There were a lot of specific jokes that I liked, or that I loved. With, like, Polka Dot Man's mom, mainly when he's fighting Starro, and he pictures him as his mom, obviously. Then King Shark with a mustache. That was cute, like I talked about earlier. King Shark is my favorite character. So, yeah. And then Blackguard on the beach. That was so gross, but it was funny. Another great thing is the writing. Like I said, the comedy is great, but also the characters feel realistic for their situations, and they're all great, you know. Another thing that I never really talk about in these reviews, I'm doing a more in-depth review this time just because I like this movie so much. But the character relationships were great. I love the friendship between King Shark and the rest of the team. It was so cute and fun, mainly between him and Ratcatcher 2. Yeah, another one that was kind of cute was Ratcatcher and Bloodsport, and another one that I didn't talk about in my letterbox review was Bloodsport and Peacemaker, like their rivalry. But yeah. So what else do we have to talk about? I'm not gonna go into depth about this. But I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. This movie is so gory and gross. I'm not gonna talk about it because YouTube, YouTube is very strict. All I'm gonna say is this is definitely not a movie that you should take your young kids to. That's all I'm saying. Probably one of the last things I'm gonna talk about is the music. It was great. I really liked it. It was my favorite part of the first movie because that movie doesn't have many redeeming qualities. But yeah, I think it's even better in this movie. I love a ton of the music in this movie, but also some of the original songs that they made for this movie are great. And also, like the score, I don't remember it much, but it's pretty good. I just remember that it was good, Okay. Overall, I really loved this movie, and it's one of my favorite movies of the year, like I said in the other one. My favorite movie of the year is probably, or my favorite, thing of the year, it's not really a movie, I'd say it is, was probably, Inside, which I have a review on. I'll put that in the description, or on the end of the video. And I'm very excited for the Peacemaker show, because I heard it's basically just gonna be like this movie, but like more of it, and there's like 8-9 episodes of this, and like there's a mission per episode, and I'm really hoping that there's more King Shark, and I kinda would like it to be a King Shark show, but that's just me being dumb. But yeah, I'm ILikePizza, out.